Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Hearthstone Friday. Last time, we made a card back, and spoiler alert, next one is also going to be a card back. Every month, we're going to do one craft and one food card back. But all that being said, this week is a little bit different. March is Women's History Month, and we had the amazing opportunity to be invited by fellow Hearthstone creator Serial for me for some women's show match lobbies. These lobbies featured women from all over the world. Before we get into how the lobbies went down, I had a chance to chat with Serial for me, who hosted not one, but 3 separate events to celebrate Women's History Month. So let's see what she had to say. All right, Serial, so can you tell us a little bit about you?
Hello, yes, I'm Serial and I'm a content creator from Brazil. I play a lot of BGs, but I also do some variety right now. So I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight, Overwatch 2, and some other RPGs. And yeah, I think that's it.
Very cool. So wait, actually, I didn't include this in my questions, but Serial, how did you get your name?
Oh, okay. So Serial for me came from one of my favorite artists, who is Lindsay Sterling. So
Okay.
she's an American violinist, and I got to know her around 2013, I think, and I wanted to create a fan page for her,
Oh.
but I didn't want to include like Lindsay in the name or something. I wanted something more not so direct. So there's a meme about her that she loves cereal. So she used to do some vlogs and she would always eat cereal.
Oh.
And so I just thought, why not include that? So I decided to call it Cereal for Me. And then later, that's also the username that I started using in games. And that's it.
It just stuck. That's really fun. I love that so much.
Usually people really like the story.
Okay, so it's Women's History Month, and you hosted more than one women's event this month. Can you tell us about the other ones you hosted?
Yes, so this is my second time hosting a Women's Month event. So the first one was last year, and I did an international lobby, like we just had. And so this year I thought, why not make it bigger? So I decided to make one full Brazilian. So I invited some members of the community from Brazil. And it happened right after that international one, so it was kind of a big stream. And then on the next day, I also hosted one for Dead by Daylight, which is the other game that I'm playing a lot. And then I invited some Brazilian creators that I know and that I'm friends with, and it was also super fun.
That's awesome. So what exactly made you want to host these events?
So I am a woman, and I know how hard it is to be in gaming. Usually when you play like FPS, so Overwatch, CS, Go, or whatever, it's very hard for us because we don't really want to show people that we are women, because usually they're gonna treat us badly.
It's so true.
But on Hearthstone, we don't really have a voice chat, not even like a written chat. So I feel like it's much easier for us. And also, Dead by Daylight is a very inclusive game. So the community in Dead by Daylight is made of a lot of people that are LGBTQ plus, and so it's also very friendly to women. And I just thought, since I am a woman creating content, I have this opportunity to maybe inspire other women to start playing games. And these games are very friendly, so I want to be like this kind of a front page, I guess, so people can look and see and say, oh, this is a game that I can play and that I can feel safe in. So that's what I wanted.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I feel like it's so important. Like representation, seeing women playing the games you're playing helps so much. Like, I mean, I definitely feel way more like supported, included in the Hearthstone community because there's so many women and all of the women support the other women.
That's true. Also, we have Cora in the official team, so she's like this huge face for the game that just helps a lot.
Absolutely. Why is Women's History Month important to you?
Well, I feel like this is the best moment in the year to do something. Everyone is gonna be looking for these things, so I feel like it is the easiest time to create something new and get people to play with us and to start playing. One of the girls that played with me on the BG's Brazilian lobby She actually started playing BGs because of her boyfriend, who is a big part of my community. And then after she started playing, she also started watching me, and then she just became like this huge part of the community as well. And so it's just like these connections that we make that I feel like are so important, and that's what I want.
If you could give one piece of advice to any woman watching this and wanting to make content, what would it be?
I know it's gonna be scary, but don't be afraid. Go for it and have like a community that you can trust. So if you have friends, get them on your stream, make them mods so they can look out for things and help you out. Because if you just start by yourself, it's gonna be much scarier, and then you might want to give up. So don't give up. And I know that there are a lot of people that are mean and annoying, but there are many more people that are really nice, and they will find you and they will also stick to you. So just don't be scary. And if you ever need help, I am here. I'm sure Sway is also here. And there's just a lot of other women in the community that you can ask for help. So please don't be afraid to do so.
That was so good. I loved hearing that. That was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I think I've said that about all of your answers, but like truly this is something to me that's so important. That's why I'm making this video recapping, the whole event that you decided to put on, because it's like putting women in the forefront of gaming. Like we need to do it more. We need to make this more of a thing, just because women need to feel like they have a space in gaming.
Exactly. When I started streaming, it was just me, my boyfriend, and then some friends, but they were all male. So when I started seeing women showing up in chat, I just got so much more excited. I just felt like now I was really being understood. So it is really, really important that we get more women in gaming.
I love that. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Can you tell us where to find you on social media, all the things?
Everything is Serial for me. So I'm on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. My content is in Brazilian Portuguese, but I always talk to people in English. So please be welcome.
Alrighty, it is time to get into our competitors. Let's introduce these women. Serial, you just met Serial during our interview, but she started streaming in 2020 during the pandemic and got to play Hearthstone in 2021 when she was looking for a free game to play. She started on Standard for about a year and then got into Battlegrounds. Next, we have Alo Koala. She's a Russian streamer and cosplayer, and she started streaming in 2018 and plays mostly Battlegrounds. Next up is Cece. Cece is from Taiwan, but she moved to Canada some years ago. She started streaming in 2016, and she streams in both English and Mandarin. Next up is Natty from Slovakia. She's a Battleground streamer who primarily focuses on playing lobbies with the community. She streams every weekday, and she said that besides Hearthstone, she loves horror movies, rainy weather, coffee, cats, and all kinds of humor. Next up is Nadelpa. She's from Spain, and she streams in Spanish. Besides Battlegrounds, she also does some ASMR content. She started streaming in 2020 and also has a YouTube channel. Following her is Tekka. Tekka is from Venezuela and is also a VTuber. She started streaming in 2022 and plays Battlegrounds as well as Variety. Next is Zeltica. Zeltica is from Mexico, and she has an esports organization called TCK Battlegrounds. She's also an admin for Supergirl Gamer Pro, HSBG Club, and Twitch Rivals. She works in the esports industry, and I personally probably have had the most interaction with Zeltica as she's adminned many tournaments that I've played in. She is just a pleasure. Last but not least, I'm Sway. I'm from the US, and I mostly stream Battlegrounds, but we're mostly there for the hangs and the good times. I've been a full-time content creator since the middle of 2021. With everyone introduced, let's get into the lobbies. We were kind of vibing to see what everyone was going to be doing, what kind of playstyle people were going to be using for the subsequent lobbies. So it was kind of testing the waters. So for game one, I was Illidan, Tekka was Tess, Cece was Onyxia, Nadelpa was Maev, Natty was Omu, Koala was Yogg, Zeltica was Shutterwalk, and Serial was Mutinous. As we can see here, Tekka was building a dragon board and really coming back from an early damage, early 8th situation. But unfortunately, I just happened to spike this turn and remove Tekka from the game. Okay, this is super sick because if we run the Bramble Witch in position 1 and golden it attacks with Illidan and then it attacks again because sometimes golden Bramble Witch doesn't get the value that you want it to get.
We got million coilers. Oh my god, but never bees, of course. They just gave me 300. Okay, we are not beating this.
Now, as you can see, we are in a top 4, but Natty takes exacties from 23, which feels so bad.
No way. No!
And now, as you can see, we are in a top 2 with Cece versus Nadelpa. Cece with a more summoning-based board, and Nadelpa with Quillbore. Now, we know how strong Quillbore are, but Cece's board is kind of unassuming with that additional attack gain. Unfortunately, it is not enough, but Cece at 1 health has a chance for recovery. An early snipe to the Stompy Boy did no favors to Cece, and those Quillbore were just too strong. Nadelpa claiming first for this game, and Cece taking a very well fought second. Now that we've all played a game together, we're going into game 2 and we're having some fun. One of the most impactful parts of this game, which is so unassuming, is the armor for the heroes. Lower MMR lobbies have different armor levels for certain heroes. We happen to get the lower MMR. I'm assuming it's because some of the ladies don't have accounts on NA that they normally play on, so we're playing at the lower MMR threshold. I got offered Shutterwalk at 10 armor. But Sway, why does this matter? It matters because even though it's a 5 armor difference, really that adds up to a lot. That 5 health can be the difference between living and dying on a greedy turn, and getting an opportunity to have so much armor, which I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but truly it is, was insane. And let's talk about who else had a very different armor total. It would be Gallywix. Instead of 6 armor, had 10 armor. But that being said, I was Shutterwalk. Tekka was Vandar. Cece was AFK. Nadelpa was Omu. Natty was Daryl. Aloe Koala was Gallywix. Zeltica was Lord Barov. And Serial was Millhouse.
Si me sigues... Todavía no lo he comprado, pero lo puedo comprar.
Si me sigues... Te van a salir las cosas a las que yo le doy like. Punto número 1, que eso no me molesta.
Okay.
El problema es que pueden llegar a salir en tu feed como recomendado.
Ok, y los ignoro.
We can see the board that Tekka is beginning to set up here. It's a really nice undead summoning board, which is great with Vandar's hero power. Whoa, 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 whoa. But we have Warhorn as Shutterwalk, and we also have Ethereal. I got incredibly lucky here with playing Shutterwalk and having Ethereal Evidence. It's personally my favorite quest reward because I like the non-committal things where you're not taking one line and literally anything can happen. Like, we should just do this. Done. Just like this. Oh! Oh my gosh! Let's go!
Ai, piratas! Não! Ela piratas tier 6, eu vou morrer.
Now we are in a top 4, and Serial seems to have just noticed what Aloe Koala is playing with Gallywix.
É. Ela tem tudo que eu queria. Ela tem tudo que eu queria.
Serial's pirate comp is definitely really lovely with those shielded units and some buffs across the board, but Gallywix Pirates at this point in the game is really, really hard to beat.
Да все, я, конечно, уже топ выиграла, но... У меня есть двойный край на этот ход. Да блин, я не хотела, чтобы ты собиралась.
Even with the lag from the faraway server, Koala is cool, calm, and collected as she cycles pirates and stacks her gold as Gallywix, earning an easy dub for the second game.
Все потому, что Гулливикса, когда 10 брони, это неостановимая имба. Ему нельзя давать 10 брони на хай-рангах. Пожалуйста! Oof.
I called this shot. I would be so surprised if Koala does not run away with this game. And we are on to game 3, where it seems that everyone decided to just throw it all out there. I was Tathalon, Tekka played Omu, Cece played Scabs, Nadelpa played Phelan, Natty had Sire Denathrius, Koala played Rokara, Zeltica had Silas, and Serial had Ticketus. Taking Tathalon, I can tell you from the jump, I was looking for Paint Smudger, Lubber, and Rugug, or as I like to call it, Grogu. But little did I know, so was everyone else, which makes sense because Quilboar are very good. Natty is playing the very desired Sire, and let's see what quest rewards that she has to work with.
Okay. Yeah, oh my god, Animal Bribe, I hate that one. Okay, the real quest now.
Okay, with the second quest reward, we're getting some really nice synergy and potentially a lot of scaling. A lot of scaling indeed. Nadelpa, another Quilboar enjoyer this game, was taken out early by Natty, and this emote exchange, I just love it. This coming up here was one of the most interesting possibilities. Check this out. How did they get another one? Where did that come from? Well, this is how it happened. As it luckily appeared, Cece was able to discover Koala's Sanguine Champion as Scabs. But here is the 5-head kicker. Koala, seeing that Scabs was the next opponent and a Murrazond available, decided to try and go ahead on the chance that Scabs was able to find the Sanguine Champion to take it back again. And we know how that played out.
Так, надо ход сделать быстрее. Нет совершенно никакой генерации, это бесит.
But even with all the Sanguine Champions, certain minion combos with this particular situation with Quilboar are just really good, and I was able to get that first place in a very piggy-heavy lobby. And there we have it. Those were just friendly lobbies without any points or scores, but if you missed it live, that's what you missed. I'd like to take a quick second to thank Serial for the permission to utilize all the footage and her event for this video, as well as taking the time to speak with me about it. Thanks for being here and watching this video and celebrating a really important month. Like I said, it's definitely a bigger subject matter than most of our Hearthstone Fridays, but we'll see you next week for our food card back coming up for March. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, everyone.